In a warm flashback to Smallville, Clark and Lana relax on the Kent porch, sharing a playful moment under the summer sun. Clark stumbles and bumbles his way through trying to compliment Lana's looks, but instead comes off as if he's acting weird. Through Clark's narration, we learn Lana was always the heart of the town, kind, helpful, and beloved by everyone. Their easy chemistry and the peaceful setting capture a snapshot of young love in simpler times. Clark reflects on how special Lana has always been to the town, and especially to him. Watching her care for others, he realizes he doesn't want to be just friends anymore. Nervously, he prepares to tell Lana that he's in love with her and ready to share his deepest secret. Lana listens with gentle curiosity, unaware of how much this moment means to him. It's a turning point. This is the day Clark decides to tell her everything. Just as Clark is about to open up, his super hearing picks up distant chaos, a sign of trouble brewing in town. His vision zooms in to reveal Validus hurling a car mid-rampage. Covering up with a classic stomachache excuse, Clark rushes off while blaming his eating habits as the reason. As the farm fades behind him, Clark gives a sharp whistle, calling for Crypto to join the action. Superboy soars into the sky with Crypto at his side, heading straight into danger with purpose and confidence. He immediately clashes with the towering Validus, a monster from the future he's fought before with the Legion of Superheroes. As chaos erupts in Smallville, Clark quickly strategizes, wondering not just how Validus arrived, but how fast he can get him away. With a powerful mid-air dropkick, he launches Validus out of town and into a quiet field. Landing nearby, Clark urges the confused giant to stay calm, trying to reach the mind behind the rage. Validus unleashes a powerful energy blast from his mouth, knocking Superboy backwards. Clark tries to rally, but Validus grabs him by the head and viciously slams him into the ground. Crypto leaps in to help, but Validus easily dismisses him. Suddenly, a swirling rift in time tears open above them, pulling both combatants into its depths. As they vanish, Clark braces for a fight beyond Earth, somewhere far more unpredictable. As Superboy and Validus tumble through the time stream, both appear equally confused by the chaotic journey. Around them, glimpses of history and distant futures flash by, from early humans and space stations to nuclear blasts and a looming doomsday. Despite the overwhelming sights, Clark stays focused, realizing that Validus is unintentionally dragging him through time. While battling through the time stream, Superboy recalls the Legion's mental block meant to shield him from future knowledge, especially about himself. Still, he can't help but notice glimpses of what's to come. Batman, the Daily Planet, amongst other things. Just as Validus strikes him mid-flight, Clark is overwhelmed by the flood of images and half-formed truths. But one particular vision cuts through the chaos, grabbing his full attention. Something, someone, clearly means more than the rest. Clark is stunned as he glimpses a future version of himself, grown, married to Lois Lane, and raising a child. The sight shakes him, especially as it clashes with everything he imagined with Lana. Just as the emotional weight hits, Validus strikes him from behind, knocking him back to reality. Clark reels from the impact, his mind racing, then powers forward, ready to end the fight. Clark throws a powerful punch at Validus, but just as it lands, the monster vanishes into thin air. Confused and concerned, Clark searches the sky, unsure where Validus has gone. The time stream releases him, placing him back in the golden fields of Smallville. Though the mystery of Validus's fate lingers, in that quiet moment, Clark finds himself focused on something more personal. He returns to the porch, struggling to grasp the fading vision he saw in the time stream. Though the Legion's mental block has erased most of the details, something still tugs at him. When Lana asks about the confession he was about to make, Clark hesitates and backs out, claiming it was nothing. Lana, sensing something's off, checks in on him again. Clark admits he's not sure what's wrong, just that something inside him doesn't feel the same, so he postpones their evening out until he feels he's back to normal. Lana reassures Clark that normal is enough for her, asking him to stay the person she's always known. She walks off into the sunset, unaware of how much just changed for Clark. In the present, Clark reflects on how meeting Lois helped him find clarity and heal from that day. He realizes the time stream wasn't a curse but a gift. It showed him what truly mattered. And now, with Lana and John celebrating their love, Smallville finally gets the peaceful joy it always deserved. As the wedding preparations unfold, Clark reflects on how long it's been since the town felt this alive. The Kents, Lois, and friends gather under sunny skies, though Pa's aching knee warns of an oncoming storm. Lois playfully brushes off the forecast, while Clark quietly confirms her instincts are right. Meanwhile, Lana worries about another disaster striking and proposes they postpone their wedding, but John reassures her with calm confidence that all will be well, but wants to know what's bothering her. Clark watches them with affection, noting how love still finds a way, even with storm clouds looming. Clark and Lana take a quiet walk, reflecting on how chaos always seems to interrupt their lives just when things feel perfect. Lana jokes about the randomness of it all, while Clark reassures her that love is worth the risk, even when life is unpredictable. He tells her marrying Lois was the best decision he ever made, and that John is the right choice for her. But just as the mood settles, a crack of energy tears through the sky. Vanishes has returned, bringing chaos with him. He bursts through a dimensional rift with power as he charges back into Smallville. Clark is thrown into high alert, questioning the strange timing and wondering if fifth-dimensional forces are involved. With a tornado also bearing down on them, he urges Jonathan and Martha Kent to get to safety. Meanwhile, John, Superwoman, and Natasha spring into action, ready to defend their town and each other. As Vanishes rampages through Smallville, John, Natasha, and Lana hold the line against him. Clark and Lois quickly retreat to change into their superhero suits, fully aware they need to act fast. Using their enhanced senses, they detect a bigger threat lurking behind Vanishes' arrival. Realizing this is more than just brute force, they soar into action together. With determination in their eyes, Superman and Superwoman lead the charge to save their town. Lois and Clark strike Vanishes in unison, launching him far from town to keep civilians safe. But just as they regroup, a series of massive tornadoes tear through Smallville, creating new chaos. Clark entrusts Lois with coordinating rescue efforts while he handles Vanishes. The rest of the team quickly steps in, each taking charge of protecting lives. Superman delivers a thunderous punch to Vanishes, demanding to know why he's come from the future to this exact moment in time. While he battles the giant head-on, the rest of the team scrambles to manage the storm. John redirects a truck to avoid further disaster, and Lois works to redirect the tornadoes. Meanwhile, Lana, glowing with immense energy, uses her powers in a way she never has before, absorbing the storm's lightning to keep everyone safe. Superman pleads with Vanishes, urging him to stop the destruction if there's any part of him that still understands what's happening. As the storm rages, Pa Kent rushes to the cellar for cover, only to be swept up by the wind. Clark's words are met with a crushing blow to the gut from Vanishes. Elsewhere, Lois swoops in just in time, catching Pa mid-air. With lives on the line and chaos everywhere, Superman unleashes a flurry of punches on Vanishes, declaring he doesn't have time for distractions. As he prepares to blast the monster with a final blow, Vanishes vanishes once more. Later, Clark reflects that protecting others always comes first. His personal questions can wait. As Smallville begins to recover, he assures everyone that the damage wasn't their fault. But in the shadows, a darker force watches. One that may be behind Vanishes' appearance and far more sinister than expected. In the aftermath of the chaos, Clark and Lois attend a press event where John announces he's shifting his focus to renewable energy and building a future in Smallville. Inspired by the day's events, he proposes to Lana on the spot, asking her to marry him right then and there. As preparations begin, Lana shares a heartfelt moment with Clark, affirming her love for John and her belief that happiness comes from choosing how to respond to life's unpredictability. She thanks Clark for always keeping his promise and for helping her see that everything is already perfect. As a peaceful wedding begins, Clark reflects on the incredible places he's seen as Superman: alien worlds, alternate Earths, and realms of gods and monsters. Yet nothing compares to moments like this: love, family, and the simple beauty of togetherness. As wedding bands are exchanged, he acknowledges that despite all the wonders he's encountered, it's these human connections that truly matter most. Under the warm glow of summer lights in Smallville, John and Lana share their first kiss as husband and wife, surrounded by loved ones. Clark reflects on his childhood summers, helping Pa on the farm, going on adventures with Lana, and learning life's quiet lessons under open skies. The wedding celebration brings all of that full circle, reminding him of how far they've all come. As applause rings out, Clark smiles, grateful for moments like this. As the wedding celebration continues, Clark reflects on the joy of being present, of living in the moment instead of always rushing to save the world. Lana tosses her bouquet with a beaming smile, and the newlyweds drive off into their future surrounded by love and laughter. Watching it all, Clark is reminded that these small, meaningful experiences with family and friends are what truly matter. Standing beside Lois, he feels grounded and whole. On this summer day, he's not just Superman, he's Clark Kent, grateful for a life filled with love, hope, and unexpected beauty. Later, Superman and Superwoman meet with Mr. Terrific, who confirms that the recent anomalies, including Validus's appearances, aren't random. His tech detects a consistent time-space disturbance, suggesting Validus is trapped between moments. With no time to waste, they prepare a containment plan with help from Steelworks and Rocket. As the time rupture begins to open again, the team braces for Validus's return. Superman gets into position, ready to grab him whenever he comes through the portal. As Validus bursts from the containment portal, he delivers a brutal uppercut that sends Superman flying. Clark quickly calls for backup, and Omen leaps into action, her eyes glowing with psychic energy. She prepares to enter Validus's mind, hoping to uncover the truth behind his rage and sudden appearances. Whatever Validus is hiding, they're about to find out. She dives into his mind and finds it in a total mess, a swirl of raw emotions with no clear thoughts. Superman holds on to Validus, pleading for answers and trying to understand why he keeps appearing at such critical moments. Omen realizes he's blinking in and out of time itself, unable to control what's happening to him. Suddenly, Validus lets out a powerful surge of energy, knocking everyone back. His pain and confusion explode outward in one uncontrollable burst. As the dust settles, Mr. Terrific confirms that Validus is gone, for now. Omen reveals that he wasn't there to attack, but was instead terrified and on the run. Mr. Terrific and the team piece together that Validus is being pulled through time against his will. Superman, concerned for the monster and the greater threat behind this, prepares to seek help from the Legion of Superheroes. As Superman soars over Metropolis, Clark reflects on what matters most, the present. Back at home, he embraces everyday joys, pizza night, shared laughter, and quiet moments with Lois and their child. These simple experiences, shaped by his time in Smallville, give his life true meaning. But the future still holds mysteries, as hinted by a shadowy narrator who suggests Validus's sporadic appearances has triggered a larger plan. The narrator reflects on a harrowing escape, hinting that his journey through time nearly cost him his life. As Validus tumbles through various timelines, we see glimpses of key Superman allies, Supergirl, Krypto, Lobo, and others, alongside dark figures who may soon become threats. The narrator reveals his hope. Red flags would be set off with Validus escaping to the past. Superman's allies would be warned of what's coming. Barely surviving, he trusts the heroes of Earth will rise to save the day, but the danger still looms, just out of sight. In the epilogue, the mysterious narrator reveals they had hoped to forge a better future, but instead landed in a nightmare shaped by those with a twisted view of what better means. Validus is shown battling through chaos, surrounded by the skeletal remains of fallen heroes. He's captured by Darkseid's Legion, originally shown in 2024's All-In Special. The team says Darkseid will not be pleased if there are any disturbances to the timeline, as they might have to explore the damage Validus has done to Darkseid's grand designs. One member ominously suggesting they'll use Validus to torture their guest of honor. In a haunting final reveal, Booster Gold is shown chained and bloodied, held captive before the ominous Omega symbol. His words carry a grim message. Despite the warning sent to Superman, the future is already lost. Booster's sacrifice underscores the stakes ahead, as he clings to hope that someone, somehow, can still change what's coming.